So the problems that we are looking at today are rational equations. Rational equations are numbers that are in fractions, so like x plus 2 over 5, quantity x plus 2. So the problem that we are looking at is x plus 2 over 5, quantity x plus 2, plus x minus 3 divided by x plus 2 is going to equal 4 over 5. So my first step right here, I have to ask myself, can anything be factored out in the denominators? And clearly there's nothing that can be factored out. So my second step, I have to find the lowest common denominator. And in each of these, we find the lowest common denominator. We do that so that we can add up the numerators and solve. As we can see, these are equations, not expressions. And expressions we're simplifying. But in rational equations, we are solving for x. So right now, let me just quickly get common denominators. X plus 2 over 5, x plus 2 plus x minus 3 over x plus 2 is going to equal 4 over 5. So right here, if we multiply by 5 over 5, that'll give us the same denominator as here, as you can see right there. Now I have to ask myself, 5 times what will give us 5 quantity x plus 2? And obviously that is x plus 2 over x plus 2. So as you can see right here, I'm doing x plus 2 over x plus 2 and 5 over 5. These both equal 1. This is a trick I learned, and it's called multiplying by 1. Multiplying by 1 doesn't change anything but the form. So what I mean by that doesn't change anything but the form, if we had like 2 over 6 plus 1 over 12, it's going to equal 2 over, 4. So first find common denominators. So you can see I did 3 over 3 and 2 over 2. This is going to allow us to cross it out. If we went 2 over 2 multiplied by 2 over 6, that's going to give us 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 6 is 12. This can reduce to 2/6. See how it's the same right here? So right here we can see it's the same, 2/6 and 2/6. So that is both good. That's why we are allowed to multiply by 1, because it doesn't change anything but the form. This reduces, it's still the same as 2/6, except so 4 and 12. If you divide by 2 on both sides, 12 divided by 2 is 6, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. That's how come we're allowed to use multiplying by 1. So right now, since we have all the same denominators, that gives us a chance to cross them out. So my third step right here, I'm just going to make everything cleaner. X plus 2 over 5, the quantity x minus 3 is going to equal 4, the quantity x plus 2. See how this trick really comes in handy, because it makes the problem look much easier. Compared to this, it became that. Now we only have the numerator area. So all we need to do basically right now is distribute where it's needed. Right here we cannot distribute anything, so we'll just leave it as x plus 2. We're going to go plus, distribute the 5 to the x and to the negative 3. That's going to give us 5 times x is 5x. 5 times negative 3 is minus 15. It's going to equal, distribute the 4 to the x and to the 2. 4 multiplied by x is 4x. 4 multiplied by 2 gives us 8. So now we're right here. If I look, I cannot combine like terms. There's no simplifying right here. So right now I'm going to subtract. I will add 15 to both sides, and that'll give me 23. So now we're at x plus 2 plus 5x. It's going to give us 4x plus 23. Actually, this is my bad. I could add the x and the 5x, so I could combine that. It'll become 6x plus 2. Sorry about that. So now what I'm going to be comfortable doing is subtracting a 2. So now it's going to give us 6x. It's going to equal 4x plus 21, because we subtracted a 2. Sorry, I just need to label my steps right here. Now I'm going to subtract a 4x Now we'll get 2x is going to equal 21. Now I want to divide by 2 on both sides so that I could actually solve for it. Now x is going to give us 21 over 2. And that is not our final answer because we found x, but now we have to find out what x cannot equal. And these are called restrictions. Restrictions basically tell us what x cannot equal, as I just said right there. So right here, we go to the most factored form, and this is the most factored form because we cannot factor anything. So we look at the x, and we set up an equation as x equal what plus 2 will give us 0. And right here, negative 2 plus 2 will give us 0. Because at the end, if we went 5 and then x would be like, would equal what plus 2 would give us 0. That's the equation I use. 5, negative 2 plus 2 would equal 0. So 5 multiplied by 0, that's how we got 0. So in this case, x cannot equal negative 2. The reason we find a restriction is because we cannot have a number divided by 0. 0 divided by 11 will give us 0, but 11 divided by 0 will give us undefined. Again, an undefined is not the answer we're looking for. We're looking to solve the problem. So in this case, x cannot equal negative 2. That's why we have to find restrictions. So x cannot equal negative 2, and this is our final answer right here. X equals 21 over 2, and x cannot equal negative 2. So just again, remember, multiplying by 1 gets rid of all the denominators and makes it much easier. Go over this. It will help you a lot. It helps me when I take my tests and quizzes. Just remember to keep your work really neat. It'll help you be more organized, distribute when needed, factor. It's just basic stuff, fundamental stuff of math. And thank you.